Hello, and welcome to another episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. I'm James,
I'm Sarah.
and on this week, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions because it's the new year almost, everybody.
Woo!
So, funny thing, I'm standing. I usually don't
I see
stand,
that.
but I was listening to that podcast I talked about on the episode last week, and they said that, or he has a podcast, one of the podcast hosts um, does radio, and he said when he stands, his voice sounds more excited or is different than when he sits. So I thought, you know what? I'll give it a try. I'm in a pissy mood today. I've had a really shitty week. I'm really
Okay.
just ready for it to end.
You want to talk about it?
We can. So I took my car to the dealership. I don't know if I told you guys about this.
Mm-mm.
I think I talked about it on the podcast last week, but I was taking my car in to have it looked at because it's making some noise. It's not making noise, it's just louder than it usually is.
Right.
And I think I'm paranoid, but then I don't know because I feel like it's still louder. So I took it in. They took a look at it. I told them what I thought the issue was, or that I what I was noticing, and they
Right.
said, "Okay, we'll take a look at it." They took a look at it, and they came out like 20, 30 minutes later, and he was like, "Okay, it's this. It was an engine mount. We need to replace your engine mount." I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever. That's fine. That will fix the noise and the fact that it sounds louder than it should." And he said, "Yes." That'll fix it. Okay, cool, whatever. 400 and some dollars.
Gross.
I'm like, okay, gross, that's fine, but whatever. I was planning on spending like $1,000 to get it fixed anyway, so $400 is the welcomed price. So it's like, okay, cool, go ahead, do whatever. Ryan and I went to go get lunch. They called me while we were eating, and they were like, hey, your car's ready. You can pick it up whenever. I went and picked it up, paid my $400, and got in the car, started it. It sounds the exact same. Didn't fix it. Whatever noise it's making, it's still making. I'm
Right.
still kind of trying to decide, am I paranoid that I think it sounds loud because of what happened to Ryan's car, or is there something really wrong? So I don't
Right.
know. But they did an inspection and they didn't say anything was wrong with it. But they were like, you need tires, which I was already planning on buying tires anyways. So I have to go buy tires, which $1,200
Oof.
for tires. I was anticipating it would be a lot because it's a Ford Explorer, which is an SUV, so they have larger tires anyways. We'll cut to the same day. Ryan, about 4 hours later, calls me and he's like, hey, and he never calls me, so I knew something was wrong.
Right.
Hey, I'm downtown in Providence. The car won't start. When I call you, will you come and meet me? It's like, what do you mean the car won't start? He's like, well, whenever I get in, I think the is out. Whenever I get in and I try to start it, it just clicks. I'm like, well, that's not the starter, that's the battery, but okay. He's like, well, I'm just waiting. I was like, so where are you? He's like, I'm just waiting for a tow truck. They're on their way. He's like, but if it's a battery, I can just go buy a battery and change it out, and we won't have to. He's like, well, they're already on their way. It's like, whatever, that's fine. So he had the car towed to this place called Firestone. It's auto Firestone. It's like a tire place, and they do complete auto care too. So we had it towed, and I was like, okay, let me know when you're ready. And he's like, well, come and pick me up. I was like, what do you mean? Didn't you say they could look at it? He's like, well, yeah, but they can't look at it until tomorrow. So I had to go and pick him up. And the next morning they called. They were like, yeah, it's just the battery. We just need to replace the battery. $300
To replace the battery.
and the diagnostic fee. Yeah.
Jesus.
So in the span of 3 days, I'm going to be spending over 2 grand on my cars.
Eesh.
And they still haven't figured out what's wrong with my car, but they keep saying, or they didn't say anything was wrong with it. So other than the engine mount. So that was fun.
Oof.
But I was already planning on buying new tires anyways because I'm getting ready to drive to Indiana, and I
Right.
don't. The tires. I hate this car. I like it, but I hate it, and I think I say this every time. It has way too many miles on it, and I didn't look at it as closely as I should have when I bought it because it has 3 different tires on it, and for a all-wheel drive car, four-wheel drive car, if your tires don't match, it's really bad on the transmission for some reason. And if like one of them you need to replace, unless it's like they've recently been replaced, you have to get all new tires.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll ruin the transmission, which was always fun. So that was my week. And then I feel like today I'm annoyed with everything that anything happens.
Oof.
That's been a
Well,
good. It's been a fun day.
sounds like it. Um, I also had like a really stressful week. We so at work, we've had a lot of people calling out for, stuff. And we have to, when a therapist calls out, we have to call all their clients, cancel or move their appointments over, whatever. And so one of the therapists broke their wrist. One of the therapists is being investigated by HR.
Oh, that's fun.
So they're not at work right now. One therapist called the day before she had appointments to say she quit. She wasn't putting in a 2 week notice. She just quit. And then two of the therapists had somebody die, like all in the span of like the last 2 weeks.
Like while they were, or like family
No,
member.
a family member.
I was like, wait, they had someone die because you work at a massage parlor, and I was like, wait, they had someone die while they were.
That would be terrible. I don't even know what we would do in that situation. I don't even want to try to think about what we would have to do in that situation.
That would be terrifying.
That is above my pay grade. Like
Jesus.
that happens and I'm asking for a raise. But no, like obviously I can't go into like super details about the HR thing, but
No.
it's a whole fucking mess. A whole mess.
I don't know what's going on. Sorry.
Oh.
One of the things I had open just like freaked out or something.
Oh.
I don't really
I
understand.
was gonna say, and then of course, then I had a scare with
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
a lump. Well, the doctor said that he thought maybe it might be just like an infected lymph node,
Oh
which I
yeah.
had suggested that might be what it was. So he was like, let's try a short round of antibiotics and then come back and we'll look again. But like he was doing the exam, right? And
Did he flick your nipple?
he didn't flick my nipple, but he pinched. I was just like,
The
I've
area?
never like around, yeah.
Well, maybe he was trying to like around the. So clarify for everyone listening what's happening.
Okay, so I found a lump in between my right breast and my armpit. And so I went to the doctor and he had to do not just an exam of that area, but an exam of my breast as well to make sure that there weren't any other lumps that shouldn't be there. Anyway, so after he like pressed and like I don't know how to explain it, but like he was extremely rough with every part of me during this exam. And he like pinched my breast like hard. Like pinched me. I was like, the fuck?
Maybe he just doesn't understand how to do mammograms
I
or physical exams.
I have no idea. But I'm just like, bro, I know like
you might go to a different doctor.
I'm going to like that was not my normal doctor. My normal doctor is a woman. But like my normal doctor wasn't available and she wanted me to come in anyway because she was like, just in case this could be something serious, we'd rather, get ahead of it because I have a lot of health issues because of the long COVID. So she's overly cautious because of the long COVID. So I was like, okay, she thinks I should go ahead and come in now, so I'm going to. And then I did. And then of course, because it's a male doctor, he doesn't give two shits about, anything.
Isn't there a thing that says if there's a male doctor doing an examination, there has to be a female nurse in the room?
Yes, and there was a female nurse in the room. But she stood with her back to me.
Why?
I'm like, how are you supposed to see if anything inappropriate happens if you're not even looking at me?
Yeah, that seems weird.
I have no idea. But anyway, the good news was Nick went with me. So he was in the room too, so.
Okay, so you have a follow-up appointment to have them check it again.
Yep.
Okay. Well, keep me informed. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about some New Year's resolution things?
Yeah. You got any New Year's resolutions?
I don't make New Year's resolutions. I try to make goals for myself throughout the year, but I don't Like, I don't like to call them resolutions because I feel like I don't know. There's a really weird connotation, I think, around New Year's resolutions. But
You feel
one
like it
of
puts too much pressure on you.
no, not even that. One of my goals is to, um, oh, I don't even remember now. I mean,
Oh
one of
no.
the goals I want to do is move into a global position at my work. That way, I don't have to drive back and forth to work, and I can sell this piece of shit car that I have.
Right.
It's not really a piece of shit. I just am annoyed with it.
Right.
Um, Other than that, just be nicer to people. I'm kind of mean sometimes.
Is that your
Sometimes.
joke goal? You're like, oh yeah, I want to move into a global position, but also be kinder to people.
Maybe not kinder, but be more patient. Because
Be more patient.
I'm a very impatient person.
Well, that's true. I can
What
vouch for that.
about
I
you?
mean, after 16 years of friendship, 17, I don't even remember. I've lost track. But I love New Year's resolutions. I love New Year's. New Year's is actually my favorite holiday. I love everything about it because it feels like a fresh chapter. So
Yeah.
like in the story of my life, I get this new fresh chapter and we get to see what chapter 2023 looks like.
Are you one of those New Year, new me? Eh.
No, not really that. First of all, because I like me. I think I'm pretty dope. So like,
It's questionable sometimes.
ouch, rude. Um no, but like I think I'm pretty cool as is, so I don't really feel like I need to be a quote unquote new me. There are things that I want to continue to work on as far as bettering myself, but that's not the same thing. And that's a lifelong goals on that. My New Year's resolutions usually involve I'm going to write more because I say that I'm a writer, so why do I not write? And
Ryan said something similar to that this morning or today sometime. He said he needs to write more.
right? Like I started writing like a short story the other day and then forgot all about it until today. And then when I remembered it, I didn't even go and look at it. So I'm just like, maybe I should work on this.
So New Year's resolutions, I have a couple of things that I opened up. One of them is 25 of the funniest New Year's resolutions. I also have 50 fun New Year's facts, a list of 38 funny and absurd New Year's resolution ideas.
Okay.
And then the last half of the podcast, we'll talk about the top 10 New Year's resolutions for 2022. And then we also have a list of 65 rewarding New Year's resolutions for a healthy, happy life we can talk about too. So for the first one, do you want to go through and I'll list off these 25 funniest New Year's resolutions?
Sure.
So the first one, it's a picture of someone's Twitter feed, and it says, my New Year's resolution is to eat more cheese platters. Not just
Yep.
cheese platters.
Yes.
That's a lot of dairy.
That is a lot of dairy. And you know what? I think that's an honorable resolution.
Yeah, I mean, hey. The next one says, what's your New Year's resolution? And then it's a picture of Honey Boo Boo. And the first one, so it's two pictures. The first one says, I mean, I'm already pretty cool, but I want to get cooler. It's not really a New Year's resolution. The next one says, I resolve to be just a little bit nicer to people who do exactly what I want. See,
That sounds like what you're saying.
That sounds like me. My New Year's resolution is gonna be to wake up before 4 p.m. and use chapstick.
You know what? Those are good goals.
Manageable, yeah.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution is to come to terms with the fact that John Mayer is in his 40s.
You know, I'm not going to come to terms with that personally.
I don't really care. I don't care. Next one says, my New Year's resolution is to stop hanging out with people who ask me about my New Year's resolutions. I mean, hey.
That sounds like something you would say as well.
That does sound like something I would say. It has been 326 days since I bought a new pen or pencil. Please send strength my way to stick with my New Year's resolution, as all the stationery sites release their holiday shopping guides.
Oh my God.
This person's New Year's resolution was to not buy more pens or pencils, apparently.
That sounds like something that I would resolve to as well, because I have a ton of pens and pencils that have never even been used.
This next person says suggested New Year's resolutions. Use en route, not en route. Use espresso, not espresso. Use there, THEYRE, not there, as in over there. THEY', not there, as in over there. Use specific, not Pacific. That's an ocean. And then 2019. Oh, this is from 2019. Moving on. New Year's resolution: A's before bays. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it means like
School.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that does make sense because it's from a Twitter handle, college student. My New Year's resolution is to eat until I'm no longer cold.
Okay.
Eat until I am no longer cold.
I get cold when I eat. Because like all the blood rushes to my stomach to start digestion, and my limbs get cold.
Really?
Yeah.
This was from someone named Ethan Nestor from Crank Game. Oh, Ethan from Crank Gameplays. Okay, that makes more sense. I didn't know his last name was Nestor. This says 2020 New Year's resolution: give more smooches to my boys.
Nice.
Okay, that works. Jimmy Fallon, it's hashtag time. Use the hashtag blah blah blah. Okay, sorry. I guess I was further down. This isn't. I don't understand. There's no New Year's resolution here. This is stupid. Moving on. My advice for the new year: choose resolutions you can actually keep. And then there's a list of resolutions. Write bad requirements, piss off the clients, miss a few deadlines, show up late for work, and sleep during meetings. I mean, hey.
I love the sleep during meetings part.
New Year's resolution, early New Year's resolution, but in 2020, I want to become one of those people that they're so acutely self-confident, I retweet my own tweets.
Yes.
I actually deleted my Twitter. Did I tell you that?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Like, I don't even have a Twitter account anymore. Deleted it.
Wow.
Which, maybe before last year, I think, or the year before, I didn't even use Twitter any.
I use Twitter on a fairly regular basis, actually. I'm on there a lot.
Shouldn't be. Whataburger. New Year's resolutions: don't text that boy back. Get some Whataburger.
Yep.
Okay. And then teacher's New Year's resolution number 5: I will not speak ill of the copy machine when it breaks in the middle of making my tests. I can go back later and I have plenty of time. Okay. I don't understand why anyone has a difficult time with a copy machine. That used to happen all the time in Spencer in the HR area when I'd work. They'd be like, "Oh, the copier is not working." I would go in there and I'm like, "It's out of paper." Or there's a paper jam, and it literally tells you step by step how to fix the paper jam.
Right.
Just fix it.
Yeah.
Like, we called IT. It's like, they'll be down here Tuesday. It's Thursday.
Right.
I'll fix it.
So, my favorite thing is when the copier, you've done everything that the copier says to do, and it's still not working.
A lot of the times at that point, it's just turn it off. Give it 10 seconds and then turn it back on. My New Year's resolution has been to stop procrastinating for the past 6 years. Wow, that was difficult. My New Year's resolution is to find a way to love you more. Ew, that's gross. Oh, it's thoughts of dogs. Aw. That makes it cute, not gross.
Right.
My New Year's resolutions are: 1, stop making lists. B, be more consistent. 7, learn to count.
I like that.
Now let's pretend we're going to be better people in the new year. My goal for 2019, this is a little outdated, is to accomplish the goals of 2018, which I should have done in 2017 because I promised them in 2015 and planned them in 2014.
Wow.
I mean, procrastination at its best.
No joke.
What should my New Year's resolution be? So this was a poll on Twitter from Senator Meow. And then the first option was give up Twitter for 2020, ride my motorcycle, win at least one election, and eat more Taco Bell. And in fourth place was ride my motorcycle with 10%. Give up Twitter for 2020 was 11%, And eat more Taco Bell was 28%, with 51% of people saying win at least one election.
Dang.
I mean, his name is Senator Meow. So,
So I guess win an election it
yeah, right?
is.
My New Year's resolution is going to be stay in the bathroom while I brush my teeth.
You know what? That's fair.
I brush my teeth in the shower when I'm
Oh,
showering.
I
If I'm
mean,
not
also
showering, then I
fair.
just brush my teeth over the sink. Most common New Year's resolution: get in shape. Get in shape. I choose round. And then the last one on this list says I have only one New Year's resolution, which is to break my New Year's resolution. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yep.
Um, do you here? I'm gonna send you this one, and then we can both read them. That way, it's
Make
not just me
sure,
talking.
yeah, make sure that you. Okay, I was worried that if you sent it that way, it was going to screw up the sound like it did that one time.
I think that was because it's something else as
Okay,
well. I don't know what happened there. It was weird.
it was
So
weird.
this is 50 fun New Year's facts. Let me know when you load it.
All right, I'm here.
All right. So number one is the earliest recorded festivities in honor of a New Year's arrival date back some 4,000 years in ancient Babylon.
Dang.
Hmm.
Auld Lang Syne is a Scottish folk song made famous in America by Canadian bandleader Guy Lombardo in the late 1920s.
Oh, three different countries:
Yeah,
Scotland, Canada,
America, Canada.
America. Champagne production skyrocketed from 300,000 to 20 million bottles per year between 1800s and 1850 as the world started ordering more and for ship christenings and New Year's celebrations.
Wow.
That's fun. Ship christenings? Have you ever seen
Yes.
someone christen a ship?
I haven't seen it either, but well, like I have in movies, obviously, but
No.
not in real life. Kissing someone at midnight is said to come from the idea that doing so will prevent loneliness during the coming year and ward off evil spirits. And I
Okay.
love that.
Okay. Ancient Romans are credited with the kissing tradition because their
Saturnalia,
Saturnalia festival. I read that as Sumatra, as in like the
like coffee.
yeah. It was a celebration honoring Saturn for the time of good.
The
Oh,
god
the
of
god of
time.
time. Jesus Christ. I need to go to bed.
Apparently.
Saturn, the god of time. Ugh.
All right. The island nation Kiribati in the Central Pacific is the first location to ring in the new year each year.
Hmm.
That's cool as fuck.
Makes sense. American Samoa is the second to last place to celebrate the new year behind Baker and Howland Islands, which are both uninhabited.
There we go. That
Yikes.
that is also very interesting. If you've ever spent December 31st at home on your couch, you've probably seen New Year's Rockin' Eve, the show Dick Clark hosted for 24 years until suffering a stroke. He often co-hosted in later years with Ryan Seacrest until he died in 2012. Seacrest continues to host the show, which I remember when Ryan Seacrest first started taking it over.
I didn't realize it was 2012 when he passed away.
I didn't either. For
Is
some
that?
reason, I thought it was much more recent.
I did too. No, April 18th, 2012. I don't know why I thought it was more recent than that.
I thought the same, so.
The most common resolution people make is to get healthier.
Each year, it is estimated that 80% of New Year's resolutions are abandoned by February. That makes sense.
That does make sense. Celebrating the first baby of the new year has been a symbol of the holiday since around 600 BC, starting in ancient Greece when an infant was paraded around in a basket in celebration of
Dionysus.
Thank you, the god of fertility and wine. The baby represents a rebirth. Oh, that's fun.
Like what you were talking about with the New Year, New Me.
Literally.
Right. Times Square first hosted a New Year's celebration in 1904 with a giant fireworks show. But when city leaders banned fireworks a few years later, the ball drop tradition was born in 1907.
Oh, that's fun. Would you ever go to New York City on New Year's?
You know, I want to just once, just to say that I did.
I don't.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's the thing with crowds and I don't like people type of thing.
I mean, I guess I'm never gonna do it then because you and Sam are like the people that I would go and do that with.
Yeah.
So
The idea of a ball dropping to signal the passage of time dates back to 1833 when a ball was installed on top of England's Royal Observatory at Greenwich, allowing the captains of nearby ships to precisely set a vital navigation instrument. That's probably Greenwich, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as that's why I hesitated after I said that, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's wrong."
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna leave it. Let's see. The current ball is a 12-foot sphere that weighs 11,875 pounds and is covered with 2,688 Waterford crystals.
Yikes.
Somebody
Yeah.
had to count those,
Well, they probably did as they were installing them.
probably.
Also, they probably did a mathematical equation to figure out how many they would need to cover the entire ball.
Also probably true.
The ball is illuminated. Did you just no? Yeah, no. The ball is illuminated by 32,256 LEDs and can display a platelet of more than 16 million vibrant colors and billions of patterns that create a spectacular kaleidoscope effect.
This is the 7th version of the ball. The first New Year's Eve ball, made of iron and wood and adorned with 125-watt light bulbs, was 5 feet in diameter and weighed 700 pounds. Jesus.
Yikes. In 1920, a 400-pound ball was made of wrought iron, a 400-pound ball made of wrought iron replaced the original. In 1955, that was replaced with an aluminum ball that weighed just 150 pounds. It stayed the same until the 1980s when red light bulbs and the addition of green stem turned the ball into an apple for the I Love New York marketing campaign. After 7 years, the traditional glowing white ball returned.
Okay. I love the I Love New York marketing campaign. I didn't realize New York needed a marketing campaign. The ball has been lowered every year since 1907, with the exceptions of 1942 and 1943, when the ceremony was suspended due to the wartime dim out of lights in New York City.
Oh, that's interesting. And this is the reason I would never go to New York City, or in New Year's. Typically, 1 million people crowd into Times Square to watch the ball drop. No, thank you.
Okay, so this section is called Celebrations Around the United States. So not everyone celebrates a ball drop around the United States. So these are some different things that they do. In Miami, there's an orange that rises rather than a ball that drops. The 35-foot neon lit big orange rises up on the side on the Intercontinental Hotel, and fireworks launch when it reaches the top.
That's fun. Since 2010, residents of Eastover, North Carolina have gathered at the community building on New Year's Eve to watch a 3-foot tall, 30-pound ceramic flea made of foam, wood, and wire drop. The town manager created it to honor the town once being known as Flea Hill because of a flea infestation. I don't know that I would honor a town for that.
I don't think I would either. That's weird. Okay. At the historic Hershey Press building in Pennsylvania, a 300-pound, 7-foot tall Hershey's Kiss is raised 3 stories.
Oh, that's fun. The New Year's Eve pickle drop started in 1999 with a handful of Mount Olive pickle employees and now draws several thousand to the North Carolina town every year. The glowing 3.5-foot pickle drops from the Mount Olive Volunteer Fire Department's tower truck.
Okay. I would actually go to that. I'm not gonna lie.
A giant pickle.
Yes. That'd be so funny. I would do that. Okay, let's see. Skiers form a glowing train and ski down Golden Peak in Vail, Colorado, with a fireworks show following the annual Torchlight Parade. Oh, that'd be really cool too. I would do that.
I would like to see that. I wouldn't do that because I don't ski.
Well, no, I don't think I would do the skiing part because the last thing we need is for me to be on skis. I can barely stand as is, let alone on skis moving forward.
In Mobile, Alabama, a 12-foot, 600-pound electric moon pie drops at midnight, even though the sweet treat is made in Tennessee.
Okay, but I love that too. I love moon pies.
I don't know that I've ever had a moon pie. What is it?
It's cookies and marshmallow fluff in the middle, and it's
Hmm.
like dipped in something.
And yeah, I've never had a moon pie.
They're really good. I love them. Let's see. Nashville gets in on the New Year fun by dropping a musical note in Music City, and of course, accompanying the drop is a big public concert.
Oh, it's
That'd be
fun.
cool. I would do that too.
It's still probably too many people for me.
Probably. But also, it'd probably be a lot of country music, which you would just stab your ears out.
Yeah, that's true. The famous Foley Beach flip-flop drop brings a little sparkle to the beach town with a giant pair of glittery flip-flops that drop at midnight. That sounds fun.
That would be fun.
I don't
I
know where
agree.
Foley Beach is, though.
I don't either. And let's see, food. There are many food traditions that people eat on New Year's Day, each region and country having some of their own unique traditions. So, first up is eating black-eyed peas is a southern tradition said to bring economic prosperity in the coming year.
Well, that's interesting. And then find a way to include a round food, think donuts, bagels, into your New Year's meal. The shape symbolizes that the year has come full circle. Wow.
I like that a lot, actually. In Spain, the tradition is to eat 12 grapes to bring you good luck. Eat one for each month.
I don't know that I could stop at 12 grapes. I like, well, green grapes. And then lobster and chicken are both considered bad luck foods. According to superstition, it's because of a lobster's ability to move backwards and a chicken's ability to scratch itself backward. That's
Okay.
terrifying. So we have, oh no, there's a lot more. I'm gonna say we have just a few more. But let's go ahead and take a quick break. And then when we come back, we can finish off this list and then talk about some fun or some interesting New Year's resolution ideas and then the top 10 New Year's resolutions for 2022.
Oakley dokley.
All right, we will be right back.
Alrighty.
All right, and we are back. So right now we're talking about the 50 fun New Year's facts. And we talked about food, different types of celebrations around the United States. We talked a little bit about the iconic ball drop, and then some history around New Year's. And then the next looks like 12, more than 12, 12-ish options are going to be around the world. So how people around the world celebrate the New Year's celebration. Sarah, you want to go first with Denmark?
Yep. In Denmark, the Danes throw unused plates that have been saved up throughout the year at the front doors of family and friends for good luck.
Well, that's fun. Although, unused. So are they brand new plates or just breaking brand new plates?
I guess so.
I would be mad. Also in Denmark, Danes stand on chairs just before midnight. An old tradition says they jump into the new year as the clock strikes 12. That sounds fun. Although I feel like I might break a chair if I stand on it and then jump off of it.
Same.
I also have neighbors below me, and I don't think they would like that.
Probably not. In some Latin American countries, people carefully pick the underwear they wear for the holiday. Yellow enhances your chances for abundance and money. Red means you'll likely find love. And if you are sporting white underpants, preferably new and clean, then peace was your top priority for the coming year.
What if you wear black? Because I only wear black underwear.
I don't know, but I also pretty much exclusively wear black underwear.
To get into the sea goddess's good graces, Brazilians jump over the waves 7 times. Oh, that's fun.
I would do that. In Canada, they do the polar bear plunge to ring in the new year. Fireworks are also set off because it is thought that noise and lights will scare away any evil spirits for the coming months.
Russians make their wish, write it on a piece of paper, and burn the paper. Then they put the ashes into a glass of champagne and drink it. Cheers!
Okay.
I don't know that I would drink that, but
There's something to that, though. Like, that's some magic right there.
there might be, but still, that's a lot of chemicals. There's chemicals in the paper. There's if you use an ink pen or a marker, there's chemicals in the marker that you're then ingesting.
There's chemicals in the alcohol that you're ingesting.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Alcohol's bad for you.
Is it?
Yes. Like, don't get me wrong, I would still drink it, but it's still bad for you. In the Philippines, roundness is thought to signify prosperity. So on New Year's Eve, locals surround themselves with round shapes by wearing polka dots, filling their pockets with coins, or by eating circular fruits
Like grapes? What?
like grapes,
Yeah. Aren't
like
most fruits
oranges.
circular? I don't know that I know of a fruit. Well, not very many fruits that aren't circular. Uh,
Well, I'm circular and I'm a fruit.
See? I mean, that just enhances what I was saying. Um, in Turkey, it's considered good luck to sprinkle salt on your doorstep as soon as the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Day. Like many of the other New Year's traditions around the globe, this one is said to promote both peace and prosperity throughout the new year. Well, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In Ireland, it's customary for single gals to sleep with a mistletoe under their pillow on New Year's Eve. Supposedly, sleeping with the plant helps women to find their future husbands, in their dreams at least.
That's kind of sexist.
Yeah, it is.
In Colombia, people take empty suitcases and run around the block as fast as they can. It's supposed to guarantee a year filled with travel. Sarah, you should do that.
Yes, I'm going to
Although,
run.
I was gonna say, although running, that's kind of questionable.
Perhaps I shouldn't do that. Let's see. It's a common superstition that opening the doors and windows will, excuse me, let the old year out and the new year in unimpeded.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Ryan and I might do that this year. Like open the windows and then open the front door. New Year's Eve in Greenland is a new. Oh my God, what is happening tonight? New Year's Eve in Greenland is a new. Oh my God.
Is a unique experience.
Jesus Christ, what
Have
just
you been
happened?
drinking?
I need to. New Year's Eve in Greenland is a unique experience. Maybe it's because isn't it so sweet? Well, no, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Not just because of the beautiful fireworks lighting up the polar night, but also because you get to celebrate the new year twice at 8 p.m. for Denmark and at midnight for Greenland.
Okay. I guess. I'm confused, but okay.
Right?
Oh, because
Is it so big?
no, I think it's because Denmark colonized Greenland, maybe?
Hmm.
Anyway, in Hawaii, they celebrate with popping firecrackers to ward off evil spirits, eating noodles, which symbolize longevity, cleaning so you don't carry your old life into the new year, and for some local families, pounding mochi.
Ooh, mochi.
I love mochi.
You too. In Switzerland, people believe good luck comes from letting a drop of cream land on the floor New Year's Day. This was said to bring a year of overflowing abundance.
Oh, I like that. In Bolivia, coins are baked into sweets, and whoever finds the coins has good luck for the next year.
I like that too. The French like to keep things simple and delicious. Every New Year, they consume a stack of pancakes. I would sign up for that.
Yes, same. I love pancakes. In Chile, families spend the night in the company of their deceased loved ones by sleeping at the cemetery.
That's something Sarah would like to do.
That is something I would do, yes.
Except for the families portion. Plus, you don't have anyone near you.
I don't have anyone near me now.
In Scotland and Greece, they believe the first person who enters your home in the new year will either bring good or bad luck. Make sure you're careful about who it is and that they walk in using their right foot.
Well, I screwed that up.
That's probably where the saying, come in with your right foot or present yourself with your right foot forward comes from.
Put your best foot forward.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Moving on. Number 50, Sarah.
The Chinese New Year is a festival that lasts 15 days and starts on a different date every year following the phases of the moon. It begins with the new moon that usually occurs between the end of January and the middle of February.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So,
A needle pulling thread.
eat shit and die.
Wow.
I just sent you another link to the next thing. 65 rewarding New Year's resolutions for a healthy life. We don't have to go through all 65 of them.
Oh, thank God.
But we can pick a couple of them. So, like, the first one is build a better budget.
Oh,
I
definitely.
should do that.
The next one is practicing mindfulness, which I also need to do.
You'll like number 4, but
Yep.
number 3 is cook something new each week.
Number 4 is read more books, which I would love to do.
Create a cleaning schedule you'll stick to. I need to do that.
Drink less alcohol.
Tell me how to live. Make dinner easier.
Meal prep.
Ew, I don't like meal prepping. It's a lot of work.
I want to meal prep because I think it would like really help my ADHD autism combo. But I don't know. I don't have any desire to do it at the same time.
Yeah. I need to do this one, commit to a healthier sleep routine.
Same.
I'm not very good at that.
I'm not joining a club and I don't smoke.
The next one after that's quit smoking.
Yep.
Learn to love vegetables. So I've been toying with the idea of trying vegetarian
Oh yeah.
for a little bit. But like vegetarian, so I would still do like cheese and stuff.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be a vegan, but you'd be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want to do, man. I I don't want to be a vegetarian again, personally. Like I don't get me wrong, I like the idea of being a vegetarian, but I don't want to do it again.
Maybe it's just eat more vegetables is what I need to do, because really the only vegetables we typically eat are potatoes, and those are more starch than vegetables. And carrots, which carrots are good, but when we roast them, most of the nutritional value is gone. And Brussels sprouts. Those are really the only. And then every now and then we have a salad. Like once a week, we'll have a salad with dinner instead of a side.
Right. I also need to eat more vegetables, but I already love them. I love vegetables.
I do too. I really like vegetables. Ryan's really picky, so he has a hard time liking vegetables. He doesn't like mushrooms. He doesn't like or not artichokes. He doesn't like asparagus. I love asparagus. It's one of my
I
favorite
love
vegetables.
asparagus.
Um, so it's difficult to decide on vegetables that we'll both like. And then I like peppers, like green peppers, red peppers, and yellow pepper, like bell peppers,
Yeah.
but I don't like them cooked, and he likes them cooked.
Um,
I like them raw.
I like them either way.
Oh, I like exercise your brain. That one's fun.
Become a plant owner. See, I do want to do that.
Take the stairs. Sometimes I have to take the stairs because the elevator takes forever.
Do yoga with your partner.
Plan a vacation.
Oh, I definitely have been thinking about that. Head to a day spa.
There you go, Sarah. You work in a spa, kinda.
Kinda.
Make time for cuddling. Don't touch me.
You're not going to go for that, but I totally am. Yes, all the cuddles forever. Cuddle everyone. That's literally the only reason I think that I would would indulge in being poly beyond like what the relationship I'm currently in with Nick. Like seeing other people is just for like the times when he's unavailable for cuddles, I can get somebody else to come cuddle.
Don't touch me.
And then tell them to go away when he becomes available again. Drink more water. I need to do that. Chill out.
Start working on letting go of all that anger. So, I mean, that's something I want to do.
Yeah.
Jumpstart a new career.
I love the picture next to it is of business cards that say Jane Doe and then it says I quit at work.com. And I love that.
That's funny. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. Oh, volunteer regularly. That's fun. Get in a body positive mindset. I've been trying to do that myself. Although I
Same.
really just need to start eating better and working out more. And then I will be more body positive.
Or you could just love who you are now.
I mean, I do. Well, maybe a little too much sometimes. You know me. All right. So, in this next one is the top 10 New Year's resolutions for 2022. And I'll go from 10 to 1. So 10 is look for a new job, which I think that's kind of most of the time most people, unless they really like their job. That's probably a goal every year. Be more environmentally friendly, which I agree with that goal. I think everyone needs to be more environmentally friendly.
Yes, I agree.
Take a new hobby, sport or other interest.
Does it
Travel more.
have to be a sport?
It says hobby, sport, or other interest.
Okay.
Travel more.
Definitely.
I mean, I agree with that, but with like the price of gas and how much everything costs right now, I can't travel more.
True.
Sort sort out finances and cut back spending.
Yes.
I need to do the latter half. Well, I guess both of those because I spend way too much. Be more aware and take care of your mental health. Spend more time with family and friends. Get fitter and take more exercise. I don't like the way that's worded. And then number 2 is eat healthier or change your diet. And the number 1 goal or resolution is to lose weight.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be.
Is shocked. That's probably the number 1 New Year's resolution for everybody. Let's just talk a little bit now for the rest of the podcast.
Okay.
What are some things you want to do new in the new year that aren't necessarily resolutions, but something you want to try to do better or try to work on?
I definitely want to do better at time management. Not because so I have an okay time managing when I have work, but I don't have much structure outside of work.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to work on being more structured and being more intentional with my time.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do to help do that?
So I think I'm going to start setting like timers for myself. Like I have, I can do XYZ after I've spent at least 20 minutes doing, ABC.
Yeah. Have you thought about like getting a day planner and planning out structuring your day? Like at the beginning of every week, say, okay, I want to do this and this week, and then scheduling it on your day planner
I
or
mean,
in your phone
that's
or in
definitely
your
an idea.
or in your phone, like you could do on your
Reminders.
calendar on your phone.
Hmm.
Set up by like Tuesday, I want to be done with this chore or something like that.
Yeah, especially since, the next semester's going to be starting. I want I want to be able to, plan enough time around getting my assignments done, but also taking time to myself.
Hmm. Yeah.
What about you?
I think, I mean, one of the things I'm excited about is I'll have my master's degree hopefully by the end of October.
Nice.
So I'll have that, which is good. Um, I think I don't. I mean, a lot of what I want to work on is like they're not necessarily resolutions, but I'm not physical that much. Like there's a lot of just sitting and watching YouTube or laying and watching TV, or not TV, but like YouTube or
Yeah.
TikTok, or being more mobile because I don't and I we do this thing where um we don't do anything on the week. Like, I mean, it's hard to do anything with Ryan because he works Saturdays, so he only has Sundays off.
Right.
So we only have really one day to do anything, and then it's like that's the one day both of us get to sleep in too. So it's like we usually sleep until like 12, 1, and then we get up and go get brunch or something,
Yeah.
and then we go to the grocery store and get groceries for the week. And that's our day. Like we don't really do anything else.
Right.
Although we did go to like Salem once this year with you. We need to go
Yeah.
back to Salem and then do some more sightseeing around here because we haven't really done that much other than go to the beach
Right.
a couple times with Bobo.
I kind of want to plan like a little vacation for myself. Like just like go on vacation by myself because I've never really done that before.
Hmm.
My only problem is that I tire out so easily because of long COVID
Yeah.
that I wouldn't be able to go very far.
Or you could
Like,
rent a car and drive somewhere. Like even if it's, I don't know, to like a place close to the beach and stay in a hotel or something for the weekend.
yeah,
Like
which I think is probably what it would end up being. But I just want to, get out for a little bit and go enjoy some time by myself.
yeah. I mean, spending time on yourself is a good idea. I do that a lot, but it's really like I just sit around and watch YouTube and
Mm,
stuff, which I should probably cut back on my YouTube consumption because I'm sure it's insane.
I'm sure that mine is also insane. I listen to YouTube a lot when I'm going to sleep, so
Yeah. One thing that like from for work, I talked about this or like with my manager on one-on-one. I want to do something similar to this where we have like a podcast, but it's just like an internal podcast where we like interview site lead person. So his name is Bill Teely.
mhm.
Um, and then like other people in kind of like that more senior management role and see like ask people to submit questions and then we'll interview them and then have like a I don't know if it would be weekly. It would probably be like monthly podcast where it gets uploaded.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fun. And then I can't remember what the other thing was. It was podcast and that like blog. Like do a weekly blog where we cover one like specific items every week and talk about
Yeah.
like training or finances or something that people would like to look at
Yeah.
that gives them something that's not necessarily like here sit in this training and listen to someone talk for 30 minutes to an hour.
Right.
So a lot of what we like the feedback we get is, oh, everybody like we don't have any training that people get to do. It's like, well, we do. It's just no one comes to it. So we hold it one time and if or a couple of times and if people don't show up or don't sign up for it, we're not going to do it again because it's just a waste of our time.
Right.
Like right now I'm working on something or I'm working on a development program with like the area leads and we did mastering emotional intelligence and we did today's and last week's was giving and receiving feedback. The mastering emotional intelligence one I had almost 30 people come to over
Nice.
the two training sessions. This one I had 15 total. So I've had half the attendance that I did with the mastering emotional intelligence.
Right.
It's kind of frustrating, but I kind of understand because they're in December. Everyone's probably taking their vacation because we have this year, or well, in 2021, I think it started where if you don't use your vacation time, it goes away at the end of the year. Whereas before we could carry over vacation time into the next year.
Mm.
So that's, I mean, I never used my vacation, even before when we could carry it over. I hardly ever used it.
Right.
This year I'm gonna lose 4 days anyways, so it doesn't matter to me.
Fair.
I mean, it is part of our compensation technically, but it's like I don't need to take a vacation. Or well, fiscally I can't afford to take a vacation. And when I'm at home, I mean, I work from home a lot, so I could just work from home.
Could just do a staycation.
Yeah, but I'm the kind of person that throughout the week, if I am at home during my normal working hours, I would rather be working than not doing anything or
I guess that's fair.
sitting and doing what I would do on like the weekends.
Right.
But that's just me. What else?
I don't know. I'm thinking about here in the next year or two, potentially trying to have a kid. I know you're making a face. I know.
Gross.
I know.
I mean, I have a dog, and that's the best because they always love you. They never talk back to you unless they're sassy like Bobo, which his talk back is he gives me a side eye and walks away. But they every time. So, oh, I didn't tell you. So yesterday I got home and from all the running around yesterday to take Ryan and get his car, no, I had to take him to work. So we both left at 9 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't get home until like 6 something. So
Oh,
Bobo was in the
no.
house by himself from 9 to 6. I got home and I opened the door and he was waiting right next to the door for me. And I was like, okay, hold on. Let me put my bag down. And I shut the door and I turned around, shut the door, and then walked into the living room and set my bag down on my chair. And then I turned around and I was like, where are you? He ran out the door. I was like, what is happening? But I mean, you know our apartment, like we're inside a
Right.
building. So like he was just in the
Right.
hallway. So I ran out the door and I looked to the right down the hallway towards the lobby, and he was running back from the lobby, and this woman like poked around. She was like, I don't know what happened. I was like, it's fine. So he ran over to me, stood there for a couple seconds, like jumped at me excited. And I went back into the apartment. I was trying to get him to come back in because I needed to grab his leash. And then I turned around and he had ran away from me to the other side, out to the, or back to the back door, and was just standing back there waiting for me while I went after I got his leash.
Oh my God.
I was like, you little butthole. And then today it's raining, so he's kind of mad because it's raining and he doesn't mind the rain, but the dog area floods, so we can't go into the dog area.
Right.
And it floods because they don't maintain it. And it's just mud, wood chips, and leaves right now. So the closure gets like clogged up with leaves, so the water stays in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
So now no one can use the dog area because they are too cheap to put in AstroTurf or some kind of fake grass that we can use that will drain properly. It's incredibly frustrating.
Sounds like it.
I feel like I want to pass around like a petition to the apartment and be like,
do the thing. Organize.
Be like, we're gonna submit this and ask you guys to look into adding AstroTurf because it's better for us. It's better for you. I think I might look at like putting together a small presentation. Be like, here's your return on investment for putting in AstroTurf.
Do all the work for
like,
them.
Right now, realistically, you're spending your employees' time out there cleaning it up, or you have to pay a groundskeeping company to come and clean it up, and then at least 2 times a year you're putting in new mulch, so you have to pay for that twice a year. So that's, I mean, over the lifespan of 10 years it would cost, this is how much AstroTurf would cost,
right?
And you'd be saving this amount of money. Plus, with AstroTurf, it looks better, there's more curb appeal, so you'll have, if they ever decide to sell it, it's a selling fixture too.
Right.
I don't know. I might look at doing that.
Do the thing, man. Do the thing.
Do like a, here's your return on investment. Take this to your company and be like, we need to do AstroTurf. Here's what this will look like for us.
Yes.
It's frustrating.
Like, one of our tenants did all the work for us.
Like, I'll even call companies. You don't even have to put me on your payroll. I'll do it for you.
Oh my God.
Just like, give me a budget to stick to. I'll stick to that budget and I'll get it done. I'll coordinate the shit for you.
There you go.
We're not even going to do trivia this week, Sarah.
I know.
I'm totally fine with that. This is our last episode of 2022, everybody.
Yep.
We will, so if you didn't listen to last week's episode, we will not be recording an episode over the next 2 weeks because I will be traveling, and then it's also the holidays. So our first episode we will probably record in January. I don't see, there's my calendar.
January 6th. So that would put our first podcast coming out on January 9th.
Yes. So yeah, that would be our first podcast of 2023, January. Unless you want to do one. No, because I'll be trying. Well, the 30th. We could do one on the 30th. No, we'll just wait until the 6th. So yeah, next podcast we will do the recording on the 6th and then release the podcast on the 9th. So look for that, everybody. And you never know, I might do a new podcast art and upload that.
Ooh.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I wonder, just to kind of refresh it and see. We'll see.
Refresh us for the new year.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you are listening to this on a Monday, we hope you have a good Monday or the rest of your week. And then, Sarah, have a good weekend.
You as well.
If you would, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you would like to, please leave us feedback or a Review. Thank you. That's what it was. Leave us a review if you like the podcast. If you didn't like the podcast, we don't care. Piss off. If you would like to follow us on our social media, we have an Instagram for the podcast. It is at Now About That Pod. And if there is something you would like us to cover on the podcast, you can email us. The email account is nowaboutthatpod@gmail.com. Other than that, we hope you guys have a great holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate, and have a blessed new year.
Woo! Have a good new year.
We will see you in 2023. Well, you'll hear us in 2023.
We'll be back.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.